Good evening and welcome to the UK SimRacers Round 8 of the MX5 League, live from Interlagos. I am James Parfitt and I will be bringing you all the action this evening, and as always we've got Tyler Oldham on production, broadcast live on the UK SimRacers YouTube channel and using iRacing, the world's premier simulator. So guys, we are on round 8 already. Where has this season gone? And with only 2 races remaining, as you can see, at Watkins Glen and Daytona. It's going to be an absolutely epic end to this season. Now, last week, Pete Newman took 2 of the wins last week with Jamie Ayres and Steve Hefford, also winning in round 2 and 3 respectively. But it was Newman taking the win in round 1 and round 4. Now, guys, what we are going to do is I'm going to switch over to the live screen now. And there you go. And what we're going to do is bring you up the current championship standings. Now, we have updated them coming into this late of the season, so we'll bring you up the pros first. And then we'll do the AMs, and then we'll look at doing the overalls all together. So the pros got Pete Newman in first place on 2,370 points. Pete Van Gaal on 2,190. And then we've got Jamie Ayres on 2,088. Andy Maxwell on 1,970. Charles Kellerman on 1,921. Steve Evans is there in 6th place on 1,875. Ralph Cullinan on 1,854. Daniel Hunt from DOF Reality is on 1,709. Elise Main 1,699. Martin Sampson on 1,697. Roy Vivek on 1,516, Carl Jacklett on 1,435, and then we got Mike Wortman who's on 820. Now into the AMs we go. And we got Steve Hansford is currently leading the AMs on 1,765 points, closely followed by Darryl Wright on 1,724, Jason Morris on 1,709, Andy Littler on 1,690, Craig Jones is there in 5th place on 1,515, Craig Crawford on 1,503, Alan Toon on 1,494, and Mick Barry on 1,053. Now, what we're going to look at is we're going to look at the overalls, okay? So this is basically everybody collectively together. As you can see, Newman is top with Van Gaal, then Ayres, then Maxwell, Charles Kellerman, Steve Hefford, Ralph Cullinan, Steve Hansford, Daniel Hunt, Darryl Wright, Jason Morris, Elise Main in 12th place, Martin Sampson 13th, Andy Litlin, Roy Vivek in 15th, Craig Jones in 16th, Craig Crawford in 17th, Alan Toon down in 18th. So that leads us on to the top 18 of the overall championships, guys. So there you go. That is the current standings up to date. Can anybody catch Pete Newman? Can anybody do the job this evening and overtake this man that is absolutely flying? Currently in 2nd place in the current practice on a 150.12. So is Jamie Ayres going to keep pole and see how they do and whether or not he can stop Pete Newman taking the victory this evening? So we've got the current, there is Jamie Ayres, Martin Sampson, sorry, is on track now. What we'll do, we'll bring you up the race screen so everybody can see what is going on. There you go, there they are currently. Now, currently we are on board with Martin Sampson. He's in 6th place. We are going up round Pico de Pado, and then we're going to head down into Mugello and down into Juncal, the final corner on this Interlagos circuit. So we shall be able to see all the way round with Martin Sampson there. So here is a replay of Jason Morris. He's gone down into the S's at the beginning of the lap and unfortunately spun it. So that's poor Jason Morris going around in a circle. But back on board with Martin Sampson, the long left-hander. We go all the way round to the start-finish straight. And I think you got to admit, guys, you know, this has been so far an absolutely epic season. We loved every minute of the top 8 rounds. There's been some close racing. There's been some incidents, there's been some spectacular incidents, there's just been absolutely loads going on in this series. I think you've got to admit it has been one of the most amazing seasons we've had so far, and we are coming into round 8, so we've only got 2 remaining. Well, 3 if you include the one that's not actually taking place right now. But we are going, guys, on a top 10 reverse for race 2. So it'll be the top 10 will be reversed. So if you're wondering what that means, so for instance, if Jamie Ayres currently in first finishes first, he will start race 2 in P10. There you go. And then obviously the order just continues after that as well. But don't forget, guys, you can hit me up over on Twitter on @JParfitt12, or go ahead over to JamesParfittBroadcasting and you see all where I am live and what I have got coming up. Another busy week for me after another absolutely epic weekend. For you who missed it, you should definitely go and check out JamesParfittBroadcasting and there'll be a video up there of what I was doing Sunday daytime, commentating on karting near myself down here in the southwest of England at the Clay Pigeon karting circuit, and it was an absolute epic days racing with the rain playing a major part in the race. Now I will say that because it was dry when the drivers went out, so they went out and drive tyres, and then it rained halfway through, and it was just like the waltzers. There was cars spinning everywhere. Poor little guys in carts just literally going round. It was absolutely insane. But it's definitely worth checking that out. So if you head over to JamesParfitt.co.uk, you can see there all the action. So yeah, absolutely full day's fun of racing, for well worth a view. So right, we're on board with Jamie Ayres now. We're going up round Pico, down into Mugello. Left-hander dropping down. We go now, hugging the curb on the left-hand side. You want to let the MX5 run wide, take some of the right curb. There you go. Some of the what looks like, well, I'm not really sure what they are. They are almost a kind of rumble strip, and then off a second gear up the hill, run a long left-hander. So we're just going to see how he gets on. We don't think he's going to make a full lap, but you know, we'll stay on board. He's got a minute, so he should do. I don't think he's going to make another one, but he's going to make this one definitely. Right. So we can stay on board as long as we can with Jamie Ayres as we head down into turn 1 and then down into the center S's. There you go. We're going to go left here, and then we're going to take a right-hander. Get the car lined up, take some of the inside curb, let it drift wide, and then we're going to run it all the way around the inside curb until we get about now, and then we're going to straighten the car up, and now I can see, and then get going again on the accelerator. Now, me myself probably would have taken that in a completely different way, right? But that is why Jamie Ayres has got 3.3 KI rating, and I don't have anywhere near that after some horrendous races that I do not wish to repeat or ever do again. But decided that it was going to drop my I rating a lot, let's put it that way. To be honest, I don't even know what it is anymore, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Yeah, a lot, let's just put it that way. I've lost about 400 to 500 I rating in the races that I did do, due to some wonderful individuals deciding that they wanted to put me in the pits for 12 minutes. You know, what can you do? Not a lot. You know, the joys of officials. So there you go. We're going to go into qualifying now. So stay tuned. Get your drinks. Grab your popcorn. Because it's going to be one epic 4-race series that you're not going to want to miss tonight. And I promise you, you are going to enjoy it. I enjoy it every single Tuesday. Literally every single Tuesday. It's been amazing. So there you go. Right. Here we go. As we head down into the opening laps, the cars just coming out onto their out laps here on board with the Mr. Steve Hefford, who does come in to join us. But I think we've got to give a big shout out, right? If you haven't watched last week's broadcast, you should fast forward right to the end and just listen to the interview. Was an absolute classic. Now you can see the weather map on the right hand side goes November the 15th, 2022, so we're in winter time. 8:21 in the morning, track temperature of 22 degrees, wind speed of, it says 14 miles an hour, so we'll have to take that with a pinch of salt because we're not in the car. Obviously it says overcast, you'll have to have a look. Now I did just get a DM from Mr. Pete Newman, who sent me through some new liveries and that for himself for this evening. Due to the fact that they sent them over to me when the broadcast went live, I've quite updated them. So unfortunately, Pete Newman is still, I believe, in his old livery this evening. But I have updated the livery, so you know, as here comes Pete Newman now through Trading Paints. So if it's on Trading Paints, it should update. I don't remember him having yellow mirrors last week. I don't think Pete Newman had yellow mirrors. Just waiting for confirmation of that. However, I do have the black car of Pete Van Gaal this week, which is always good. There's Pete there in the Pure Sims car this week. So. Yeah, it's all been good, and everybody's looking very nice and very pretty this evening. Don't forget the amazing race last week. Dude, like guys, it was absolutely epic. It was absolutely epic. But we will bring you up the race overlay so you can see everyone where they are on the track for you. Right, so we're just gonna wait for the guys to set a time, and then we'll bring you up all the information that we need. There is the wonderful track map. Nobody's set a time yet, that's why nobody's on the track map. So yeah, if you are watching at home or sitting down chilling out, that'd be why. But much love to you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the bells for every Tuesday night action that we got coming to you over the last 2 weeks, because that is literally all we got left of this epic series, including tonight, is 2 weeks. I know, it's gone so quick, and it's been absolutely incredible. So we're here at Interlagos, then we're on to Watkins Glen, and then the last rounding out in Daytona. So there you go. As the times come flooding across, Pete Newman on pole with a 151.49. So yeah, Pete Newman there setting the time there for everyone to beat, and then we'll see how long we've got left of qualifying, which will appear on my left hand side above the top of the timing tower. We're down to the last 10 minutes already. So yeah, it's going to definitely be an interesting one. Don't forget, it is 4 15-minute races with top 10 reverse for race 1. So be prepared for the reverse grid in race 1. And it's not going to disappoint you guys. If you have just joined in, thank you so much for coming along. It will be absolutely incredible racing. Right, so we're on board with Ralph Cullinan, car number 32, currently on your screen now. He's going round. That's what Ralph is doing. He's going round. So was on for a flyer there as well. Poor old Ralph Cullinan, gone round a sector, fastest sector in sector 5. I've got him down at. So unfortunately for him, it's now not there. Right. Right. So we're on board with Craig Jones. Darryl Wright is the fastest AM on the field at the moment. He's done currently Darryl Wright's on a 151.65. Jason Morris in second on a 152.04. So these guys are really going to be looking at battling out. Don't forget as well, guys, these are currently be the AMs. So we've got Steve Hansford, Darryl Wright, Jason Morris. That is your top three. And they're separated only by 54 points. So, whoever gets this tonight is definitely going to be making progress in the standards with about 7.5 minutes remaining of qualifying. Right, we've just seen there Pete Newman do a 149.89, the first man below the 150s. And trust me when I say that is quite an achievement here, because it's not an easy feat. As you can see, all the other drivers, Steve Pepford there and Jamie Ayres on 150.46 and 150.91 respectively. So Pete Newman doing the job, and is currently on a 149 and is absolutely flying. Sampson now on a very bad 159.8, so maybe an issue somewhere, but we have to see how this all pans out. I've seen this somewhere before with the optical greens and in the results clothing iRacing team. Oh yes, last week when I believe Andy Maxwell was swamped by the trio that was Ralph Cullinan, Craig Jones and Mick Barry, and poor Andy Maxwell was literally soloing the whole thing with these guys climbing all over him. So Andy Maxwell there, trying up from optical green, doing the job. He had to go and try and do it solo. So there you go, there's Pete Newman. Where are you off to, sir? Anywhere nice? He's just run slightly wide off track. Well, slightly, very. But it's Pete. He'll be back, I'm sure. But currently he does have pole position. So does he need to worry too much at this moment in time? Probably not, but Pete Newman is doing the job. Absolutely epic racing there. Now we're on board with Elise Main. Coming round now, Pinarino. Up she goes into Bico. I could go to the full names: Bico de Pado and Juncal, Miguelo, Pinarino, Larina, Ferradora, Decida Delago, but they're all a little bit long for me. We'll just call it Bico. And on this run down now into Juncal, Elise Main goes up through into second gear. There we go, round the long left-hander all the way down now. As you see here, the times at the bottom of your screen from these drivers coming across the line. Jason Morris will be the next one. And then there is Main. She's green, green, green. Green, green, green. What is Elise Main going to do? Oh, 152.38. Puts her in 12th place. So Elise Main there in 12th place currently on track. So, I have to see how it goes, and just had my producer in my ear, apparently, because I called the corner names, I was showing off. I don't know. Maybe it's just research and I know what I'm doing. I like to think that. Let's go with that side of things. You know what I mean? Let's not just go that I'm showing off. I'd like to think that I, kind of have a rough idea of what I know what I'm talking about, right? Because otherwise, let's face it, I wouldn't be sat here. I wouldn't be giving you commentary on this, and I wouldn't be doing other commentary either. So, however, I do have an exciting time on Saturday, heading up to Santa Pod Raceway Saturday for some meet and greets and a commentary day up there. So that should be an interesting one. All the way travelling from my house for 3 hours up to Santa Pod. So, but it should be cool. Nice 6:30 start in the morning. What more could you ask for? I could ask for to live closer to Santa Pod, I suppose. But hey. We'll do it as we go along. What can we say? This is the life of me travelling up and down England. So we've got, right, anyway, enough about me. Let's go back to the MX5 action with Jamie Ayres currently in 5th place. At the bottom of your screen, he's got 2 improvements, green, green, sector 2 and 3. He's out in sector 1 and 4. Is he going to improve as he comes across the line? Pete Van Gool has not improved whatsoever, unfortunately for Pete. He's below his below his optimals and is not got green. What is Jamie Ayres going to do? He's using that draft now. Green in the last section moves him up into third. Jamie Ayres on a 150.29 in third place. Martin Sampson's doing a stellar job tonight. He's in second place. Currently on a 150.12. So he's the only other man that's really close to getting the 149. So fair play to Martin Sampson there. Doing the business currently on doing the business on his own. So there you go, up for Optical Blue, all the way up in second place on a 150.12. He is in second place, currently sat in the pits. So just enjoying a good, nice little chill out. Sat back, relaxing. What does Martin Sampson have to do? Absolutely nothing, apart from sitting there and just chill. Right. Right, so we'll go on board with Alan Toon, currently at a 15th place on a 153.37. So Alan's going to have to really get a bit of a wiggle on here, there, because is down currently to 6th, 7th place in the standings. Now the interesting battle will be Steve Hansford and Darryl Wright. Now Steve is here, he's in 5th. Darryl Wright is just in front in 4th. 151.65, 151.71. So there you go, respectively for them guys. That is what they've got. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how this one plays out, because don't forget they are leading in top 2 in the AMs. So be aware, it could be an interesting one from the AMs as we're going to come into the first race with 1 minute 15 remaining. Just wait for the last cars to go and finish up on the track with Andy Littler. He's just heading down Red Raposta, down like the long straight on the right hand side at the bottom of your screen as we see Andy Littler come across the line. No improvements in 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, and unfortunately I don't believe he did improve on his time. He did a 153.53. So here we go now as there's still some people out on track. Craig Jones, Elise May, Ralph Cullen and Mick Barry. So there you go. Right. Right, so last 15 seconds of qualifying. So here we go now. And we're going to just have a look at Pete Newman's car for me. Pete is in the pits. I just want to have a look. It's got going on to grid now. I think it's just the change of the yellow mirrors. So we will bring you up the grid right now. Right, so Pete Newman is in first place, Martin Sampson in second, Jamie Ayres in third, Pete Van Gool in fourth, Steve Hefford in fifth, Ralph Cullinan in sixth place. Jason Morris, seventh overall lead car in the AMs with Mick Barry in eighth, Andy Maxwell down in ninth place, Craig Jones in 10th, Darryl Wright in 11th, Steve Hansford in 12th. That's the battle for the lead of the AMs, guys, the 11th and 12th. Elise Main down in 13th, Craig Crawford 14th, Alan Toon 15th, Andy Littler down in 16th place. 16 cars on track this evening. No Mike Waltman this week. I wonder where Mike's gone. Good old Mike Waltman always when he comes and joins us in chat and has a chat if he's not racing. So Mike, where you at? Come on and say hi. I hope Mike's all good as is not on track this week. So there you go. Right, here we go. Race 1, 15 minutes. 3, 4, 5. We're green, we're green, we're green. Round 8, round 8, race 1 at Interlagos is off, and Pete Newman headed directly right on the circuit there and literally shut off Martin Sampson before he's even tried to go anywhere, as we're coming down now through the centre S's. Elise Main's past Steve Hansford, Littler's past Toon, Littler's past Crawford. Oh, Elise Main and Andy Little have gone round. Oh, they were on for some starts there, them guys, unfortunately, and now going round at the back of the field, Andy Littler and Elise Main, when these cars enter into round this corner. Round Interlagos, will bring you a quick replay of how that materialised right now. Here we go, we're on board with Elise Main, taking the outside line through the first part of the S's. Oh, gets on the grass, goes round, breaks. Oh, Alan Toon. Andy Littler, sorry, I think tagged Alan Toon. Yeah, I think Andy got hit there. If we have a look here from Andy Littler, I think it's Alan Toon behind us. Andy started going round, and then Alan helped him. So they go back now to the lead cars. We got Andy Maxwell in the middle of the field again, having this epic scrap with these guys from Results Clothing down in currently 8th and 9th place. He's in the same position pretty much as he was last week. One in front, which was Ralph Cullinan, then Mick Barry and Craig Jones climbing all behind him. Now top currently Darryl Wright is in 11th overall, and Steve Hansford, saying that, is up into 10th. Mick Barry and Darryl Wright apparently were involved in an incident then. Yes, there's no Mick Barry on the grid anymore. We've seen Martin Sampson now coming alongside with Jamie Ayres as they head down into turn 1. Ayres 46 on the right, Sampson on the left, number 80. Ayres is looking up that inside line. Can Ayres get it? Is Sampson going to defend that outside? He's not at the moment. Oh, Pete Van Gool. Never good. Never good. And that's Jamie Ayres up into 3rd place. Let's have a look at the replay. There's been some action all the way back through the field. Elise Main, Andy Littler, Mick Barry, Darryl Wright and Jason Morris have all had their own little offs as we're heading down now. Let's see Jamie Ayres. Jamie Ayres overtaking Pete Newman for P1. So that's 3-1 for Jamie Ayres within the space of about 3 corners. Is Sampson looking now, doing the outside? Newman's coming up now. Newman's coming back up now. We'll let these cars get round the infield and then we'll bring you up to date with a couple of replays. Pete Newman hugging that inside line. He's got the car on track, brings it round the inside of SA down into Pinorino. Takes the left-hander. There we go. Let's have a look now at what happened. There is Mick Barry, just way out, but goes on the grass. Unfortunately, Darryl Wright coming right behind him, the leader of your Rams. Mick spins it. Darryl breaks. Oh, nowhere to go for Darryl Wright, unfortunately, and around he goes. Now let's have a look at a quick Jason Morris one. Before we move back here now to the lead, they're back at it, and here's the quick Jason Morris going down into the S's. I'm going to believe this is all on his own. Round the right-hander, takes too much grass, and on he goes. There goes Jason Morris. Right, let's go back to the leaders. Newman, Ayres are still close together. Hefford and Sampson. Sampson has got down the order. He's now down in 5th place. He's dropped near enough 3 places already and is down there in 5th. So poor old Martin Sampson not had a good lap that last time out. Lost some position. Steve Hefford getting a big slide on there. As we're heading around the second part of the S's, coming down into the Red Aposta now. Long straight away, Newman in first, Ayres, Van Gool, Sampson, Hefford. Then we got Cullinan. Then we got Maxwell and Jones having an epic scrap there side by side behind us. As you can see, we'll flip back to that about now. And here we go. Craig Jones is taking the inside line. Maxwell on the outside. Maxwell's running it though. He's not giving it up. He's running it as far as he can. He's still got that outside line as they head up now into the Ferradura. Back up front here is Newman, Ayres. Maxwell takes that position for 8th place, so well done to Andy Maxwell up into 8th. Good job. Pete Van Gool coming past Martin Sampson. Oh, look at it going up the inside of Ayres. Chops off Sampson's nose faster than a plastic surgeon doing a nose job. I'll tell you that much. He literally sliced his nose right off. And unfortunately for him, he did not allow Martin Sampson. Fortunately for him, he did not allow Martin Sampson through. As they come down now, past Miguelo, down into Juncao they go. Newman, Ayres, Van Gaal. Sampson's on the inside of Hefford. Sampson's going to look at taking Hefford, but he has got the long straight to defend. He's got to try and stay up onto the back of Pete Van Gaal if he can, and allow Pete to tow him along. But Ralph Cullinan is sticking his nose in. He's trying there. He's down in 6th place at the moment. He's trying to stay with him as much as he can. Picks up that draft. Sampson. Ayres has just taken Newman on a long inside run. There is Ayres. He's coming down into turn 1 now. Dropping down into the centre S's. Jamie Ayres out in front. Hefford gets his position back from Martin Sampson. Can Sampson now? He's got to block Ralph Cullinan coming through. He's got to try and stop Cullinan going through. Otherwise, he's never going to, unfortunately, be losing another position. Your gainers are on your screen. That's Martin Sampson, biggest loser, down 3 with Mick Barry, who's down 4. But currently, Mick is he is down in 12th place at the moment. We're battling down with Elise May, Darrell Wright, Andy Littler. But Darrell Wright and Steve Hansford, we're going to have a quick look at them. These are the leaders of the AMs. There they are. There's Steve Hansford. There's Darrell Wright. Current leaders in your championship, and they're right close to Morris. Jason Morris there, Hansford down in 10th, Wright down in 11th. So we'll have to see how that one materializes and see how these guys get on, because you know, they're still locked in their own little battle, so they're going to want to take the positions as well, and you know, doing the job as best as they can. But let's head back up front now, as we can go back on board with the Ayres, Newman, Van Gaal, Hefford, Sampson, Cullinan battle. Top 6 literally locked and loaded, about 1.5 seconds apart currently at the moment, and these guys are having some epic action here for round 8 of Interlagos here in Heat 1. Right, back we go with the action. Van Gaal tucked up right behind Ayres. Hefford's right in our mirrors. We've just seen him there. See him in the top right of the screen. Van Gaal's pushing Ayres along. He's trying to force a gap. Is he going to take it 3 wide? Is he? He's not. Newman gets and manages to get out in front, and that allows Ayres to come round as well. Van Gaal is now pushed on the inside, with Hefford locked up right behind him as they're heading round onto the Redder Aposta now. Down the straight they'll go, and then they'll go into the left-hander of Delago before heading up the hill, round the Ferradura and round into SA at the top part of this circuit. Van Gaal now trying to make that move. It sticks his nose out again. He's got to really look at pushing in. Try and stay on board with Jamie Ayres. Newman has not got it all his own way though, and he's not broken into the 149s yet. We're still on a 151.01. So, you know, as you see, Ralph Cullinan go past Martin Sampson. Ralph is also trying to go up the inside of Steve Hefford. Ralph's on a mission and making moves here. The young gentleman. Ralph Cullinan there, trying to go around the outside. Not going to work there. Steve Hefford, such a wily old fox. He's not going to allow him through as he stays on, towed up as close as he can to Pete Van Gaal. But poor Martin Sampson's had a dreadful start with 6 minutes remaining. Dreadful first half of the race, really, because we have got 6 minutes remaining and he's already down into 6th place. So not an ideal start in round 1, in heat 1 from Martin Sampson. But Van Gaal and Ayres have opened up Van Gaal, Newman and Ayres have opened up a little bit of a gap. Not much, and it's about for half a second at the moment, but I'm expecting that to start coming down with the draft. As you can see, Steve Hefford now on board we go. Teammate in front. We know there's no love lost. We know this. We know that Hefford, Ayres and Pete Van Gaal are teammates, but we also know that there's no love lost between the 3 of them, and currently there is no team orders to allow Van Gaal, who is second in the championships at the moment, to get his own way. So you know, there isn't all love and happiness down in Momo there is a lot more of, we're going to go for the positions. That's what they want to do. But guys, if you are here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the bells as you're just watching Van Gaal try and go up the inside of the Pure Sims car of Newman on the right. Now Hefford's trying to follow him through as well. Newman's got that inside run up around into SA though, so it should be safe if he can keep it on the inside. It's a lot longer way around the outside as it normally is, as you know, and that doesn't allow either driver, Van Gaal or Hefford, to have the inside line for here, which is this corner, and then he's going to drop down and Newman can take the inside again. So there wasn't really much trouble for Newman there as long as he kept that inside line going off up the hill, which he did superbly as these guys are coming round now. Before we drop down the hill into Mugello, fast left-hander, here they come over the brow of the hill, going to come straight towards us now. Don't flinch, guys, I promise you're not going to get run over. Ooh, up into Juncal, and then up over the hill we go with Newman. Ayres has pulled out about half a second at the moment, so Jamie Ayres has really put his foot down over this last lap. He managed to take the lead and has managed now to pull about half a second gap out on Newman. So it'll be an interesting one to see how that one pans out with these guys. I'm not quite sure where Van Gaal is heading, but oh, Newman's in. Newman's going in the pits. Oh no, why has Pete Newman gone into the pits? Have we run out of fuel, Mr. Newman? Is that the problem? Has Pete Newman run out of fuel? We're here with Jason Morris, Mick Barry. Darrell Wright has cleared Steve Hansford. So currently Darrell Wright is still your leader in the AMS Championship. Currently at the moment he's just cleared Steve Hansford. So Mick Barry and Jason Morris here side by side going up through the S's. Oh, that was close as these guys run down now. The Redder down into turn 4. Down into Interlagos there as well for these guys. So absolutely epic racing. Darrell Wright on your right hand side. Jason Morris are going to go 3 wide. Mick Barry, oh, Darrell Wright thinks twice about it. One of the things we have actually talked about in this league, guys, and the drivers have come in and have said it as well, as Mick Barry there tagging Jason Morris has allowed Darrell Wright to come up on the right hand side. The race isn't about always getting the victory. The race is about, sometimes in here with the 4 heats that we have in one night, it's about surviving the 4 heats, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to need to do. You want to get them consistent points, but you can only do that if you survive the race, right? If you don't survive, you can't get the points. So fairly straightforward, obvious, as we see Ayres, Hefford, Van Gaal. Newman is he went into the pits, and so he's had a 9-second stop, so I'm going to count that was a splash and dash. And he's off again. He's still currently down in 12th place though, as Pete Newman. So he must have had a big wily old gap there to go in, fill up, come back out again. But Ayres, Hefford, Van Gaal, Cullinan, Sampson battling for you. Oh, Van Gaal. Final lap of the race. There he is, Barney the flag bearer. We just missed another lap by about 1 second. They just missed another lap by about 1 second. But this is where it all going to pick up now as we see Ayres, Hefford, Van Gaal, Cullinan and Sampson. Your top 5 less than about 1 second apart between the 5 of them at this moment in time as they're heading down now. Here we go, Hefford's pulled out on the left-hand side. He's going to try and take the victory from Ayres. Is Ayres going to allow him as they heading down into Interlagos before they head up the hill into the Ferradura? Hefford still doing the fastest lap of the race. Oh, Ayres takes a very wide line. Hefford on a 1:49.952. He's broke the 1:49s. Fastest lap there at AMS is 1:50.975. Hefford now still looking up that inside. There was Sampson and Cullinan going very wide on the left-hand side there, but that was a bit of a weird one as they disappeared to the right of the screen. But Jamie Ayres still got the lead. Now, the difference is, can he hold it? Can he hold it? Jason Morris has got the set in the AMS term at the top of the screen, but currently Craig Jones is your leader of the AMS section. Now we know this long run up the hill, left-hander, round Juncal, they go now, coming down the hill, going to hit Juncal about now. There you go, left-hander, second gear, up the hill. This is the run. This is going to be the run all the way down the line. Can Hefford stay close enough? Can he get the toe? Can Van Gaal hold it? Here we go. We're going to head start coming down into the line now. Ayres is still out in front at the moment. Hefford, Van Gogh, and Ralph Cullinan as they come across the line. Oh, Van Gogh and Cullinan. Who got it? Oh, it was Van Gogh. Van Gogh got it. Oh, that one was even closer. That was Jones got Maxwell. As we're coming down now, there is Morris, there is Darrell Wright, there is Mick Barry, there is Steve Hansford. And they come across the line in 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th respectively. Pete Newman there recovering back to 12th. Over the line he goes. And here comes Elise Main after being involved in some turn 1 shenanigans. Recovers down into 13th there. Andy Littler in 14th. Craig Crawford will come across the line in 15th. And then Alan Toon will come on after that in 16th place. So there is Alan. So there you go, guys. That is race 1 done. And I think you've got to admit, it was a good old race. Top 5 putting on the show. Jamie Ayres out in 1st place there. Steve Efford in 2nd. Pete Van Gogh in 3rd. Ralph Cullinan in 4th. Martin Sampson in 5th. That actually leaves, little did I see that before, but it actually leaves a complete Momo shutout this evening. Top 1, 2 and 3. So Team Momo there taking all the podium positions. Didn't want to share them with anybody. Ralph Cullinan in 4th, Martin Sampson in 5th, Craig Jones 6th, Andy Maxwell in 7th, Jason Morris in 8th, Darrell Wright in 9th, Mick Barry down in 10th place, Steve Hansford 11th, Pete Newman in 12th, Elise Main 13th, Andy Littler 14th, Craig Crawford 15th, and Alan Toon down in 16th place. So there you go. What an absolute epic first race there, guys. And I think you've got to admit, it was a tasty one. But don't forget, guys, as well, we are now just into the warm-up before race 2. If you are here for the first time, guys, as well, subscribe, thumbs up, and turn on the bells because you'll be first to know when we go live for next week. Second to last race at Watkins Glen. And I think you admit it's going to be an absolute classic. Right, we've got some people waiting down in the waiting room for a chat. Let's have a word. I want to chat with Steve. Should we have a chat with Steve or Martin? What are we thinking? I want to talk to Martin, actually. Martin Sampson, welcome in. Good evening, young sir. How are you? Well, you know, it's... I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean?
Good.
A race 1 for you. You seem to go backwards.
Yes. I had a little bit of front end damage.
Yeah.
I mean, the Momo boys were teaming up against me, giving each other tow, so that's how I lost all their positions. And then Steve went a bit slowly around turn 1 on 2, and then I tapped his rear end and gave me a little bit of damage. So I had a little bit of top speed down on the straight, so I couldn't really use the toe to get past them again.
So, Martin, are you blaming Team Momo?
Yes.
Right, hold that thought. Let's bring Steve Hefford into the booth. Steve, I've just had an allegation from Martin Sampson that you guys at Team Momo were ganging up on him. What do you think about that?
I think that was the general idea, to be fair.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, epic first race there, guys. And, you know, Steve getting a 2nd place. Martin, you finished down in 5th, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I'll still take that, you know. I'm just enjoying racing against these guys. I mean, I've been so far behind them since I started racing, and then now to be, you know, within tenths of each other kind of thing. It's just great to race against them, and they're so, you know, so good to race with as well. So I'm really enjoying it. That's the main thing.
Well, there you go. Steve, you got 2nd.
Yeah, I was going to give Pete the lap back because I got a run on him up the hill on the 2 or 3 from the end, and I was going to give it back on because Pete's up near the top of the leaderboard, so I thought I'll give it the lap back, but there wasn't a gap behind him for me to fit into at the end, so I couldn't. So hold on.
So hold on, Steve. Let's just correct something here. The other week we spoke, and I did say to you that Pete Van Gogh is current team leader in the championship. Right now, when we spoke, I think we turned around the conversation. Yeah, you know where this is going, Steve, because you're laughing, right? We turned around and said, "There's no love and it doesn't matter if it's all about the racing. And now you're telling me you were going to let Pete Van Gogh take a lap back.
Well, to be fair, up the hill, he stood a good chance, but he got a really bad exit, and there wasn't a gap behind him. So I think he would have naturally got me anyway. But I think the race was pretty much done with by then. So, like Martin, I'm just here for the race, and it's all about the fun. To be fair, so but we will battle. You know what I mean? During the race, if I can help him, I will, obviously. But I need to help myself as well.
Well,
it's a fine line.
Yeah, the guys in Team Momo, 1, 2, 3, lockout.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Only because a certain person forgot to put fuel in, I think.
Yes, I believe that may have been our very own Mr. Pete Newman may not have topped up.
Yeah. Well, once Jamie got him, we said we'll try and shuffle him back. We're going to work together and try to... Because there's a few corners. If you're in a line, and it's really difficult. I was really close up behind Pete one time, and Martin was out on the wider line, and there was no way for him to get back in. You know what I mean? So if you can get a train going, you can sort of shuffle people back. So that's what we're going to try to do.
We call it the Momo train of hell.
Well, there you go, guys. It was a good first race, though. You know, long let it continue into race 2. So, Steve, are you all going to, you know, collectively now at Team Momo help Pete Van Gogh? Or are you
No, that was it.
That was it.
He only gets one chance. He's done now.
It's one chance, one opportunity.
Yeah. Take
it or leave it, mate. And if you haven't got it in this race, you're not going to get it for the rest of the evening.
Well, the first race is the only race where you're in your natural positions, really. So it gets a bit more complicated from now on because people are out of position and stuff. So it is a bit of a lottery. You need a bit of luck on your side at times. So it's just a case of do what you can, really.
Well, Pete,
when you can.
Yeah, Pete's going to be down in 12th for the next race. Now, I would say that would be a plus, but it's kind of shown before that it doesn't really matter where Pete starts, does it, guys? He's still he comes through the field most of the time anyway.
He's a machine anyway. But yeah, no matter where you start here, there's passing places everywhere. You know, there's passing opportunities everywhere. So it's just a case of use the draft to your advantage and see what happens in front of you. So hopefully we can make our way through again. What was the reverse?
10, I believe.
10. All right, okay, that's not bad.
So you got a top.
Oh, cool. So yeah, it'll be my Murray's before lap 1, I guess.
Yeah, he's down at 12th.
Turn 1.
Yeah, probably. He does.
Sometimes I think there's like a picture of Pete's car in my mirror. It's just like it's there all the time, you know. Whenever I look, Pete's behind me.
Well, static image.
Yeah, that's all right. That's right. His picture's on my windscreen, always in front of me. So.
Yeah, but you got to admit, Martin, you're catching up, sir. That's all that matters. The improvements there.
I'm not far behind. I mean, I was saying to my teammates earlier, and I said if it wasn't for Pete Newman, I would have probably had 3 or 4 pole positions this season. So.
Yeah, he is definitely he's a class.
He certainly is. I mean, it's great to watch him racing now, watching how he gets around those corners. It's just amazing. It really is.
Right, guys, we are coming. We got about 2 minutes of warm-up remaining, so I'll let you guys get on and go and get warmed up. Grab a drink, I'm sure. Wipe off any sweat that you've got on your head that you may need popping up for later on. But have a good heat too. And,
lovely. Thank you very much.
Cool.
No worries, and I'll catch you hopefully maybe after.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I will
take
do,
it easy.
as always do.
Good luck, Martin.
Yeah, you, Steve.
There you go. That was Martin Sampson and Steve Hefford. Martin Sampson is, Steve Hefford. I was right. In the booth with us as we come to the last minute. 49 seconds. Guys, I'm just going to make a change a minute. So something delightful just popped up on your screen. I'm not quite sure why it is there. So just bear with me 2 seconds. Right, I am back. So there you go. That was just, unfortunately, something was still open on my screen, and it just popped up a little notification up in the middle on the bottom right hand corner. So if you saw that, I apologise. Blame Carl. Carl? Pete? Who are we talking about? Never mind. Anyway, back to me just waffling on for the last 45 seconds until we go into race 2. Something to look forward to. You know, it's going to be an absolutely stellar race again from these guys here. Right, apologies for that, guys. I just had a mad moment of sneezes coming across. Didn't want to sneeze down the on the broadcast, as you probably all hear me. Anthony Jacobson, low, Carl's fault. Carl Jacklett, you mean? He's not even here. What are you on about? Pete Van Gogh. Actually, where is Carl? He's not been here for the last couple of races, I don't think. I tried looking for him earlier on. Has he been here? He wasn't, has he? Carl Jacklett? Carl the Pie Hardy. I'm so lost about now. I don't know what we're on about. Right, Mick Barry in first place, Darrell Wright in second. This is the grid for race 2. Jason Morris in third, Andy Maxwell fourth, Craig Jones fifth, Martin Sampson sixth, Ralph Cullinan seventh, Pete Van Gogh eighth, Steve Hefford in ninth, Jamie Ayres in 10th. Steve Ansford is an 11th, Pete Newman in 12th, Elise Main 13th, Andy Littler 14th, Craig Crawford 15th, and Alan Toon down in 16th place. There we go. Lights are going to be on very shortly. There they go, as on by command. Right, here we go. We are going to be green here for Heat 2 from Interlagos at the UK SimRacers MX5 League. Brought to you live on the UK SimRacers YouTube channel. And Mick Barry has got an absolute flyer. Jason Morris in second, Darrell Wright in third. Coming down through the S's now. Hefford there said Newman's going to be in this corner. But oh, Morris on the spin in. Morris spun. Who was that with him? I think Sampson, as well, was involved in that. Hefford said Newman by the end of lap 1. I think it's more Newman by the end of turn 1. As we see it there, these guys running down. But look at Mick Barry. He's got an absolute flying start. Is now at Ralph Cullinan got on the inside of Andy Maxwell as they're running up the hill now for turn up to into Ferradura on lap 1. I will get my words out. Carrie Fox, welcome in. Let's go, Elise. Currently down up 6 places in 7th, doing an absolute stellar job in the mix. There is Elise Main right behind Pete Van Gogh. Hefford has not got Newman behind him yet. However, Andy Maxwell has support Andy Maxwell there with the ever-looming Pete Newman. Oh, contact there between him and Jamie Ayres. If he gets offline, he's round. Newman's round. Newman's off. Maxwell's off. They're still on. Did Main make it round? At least Main, I believe, made it round that one. But that was Newman and Andy Maxwell. As we see car number 18, Craig Crawford, looking at coming up the inside of Newman as they head round into Mugello for the first time here on lap 1. But Pete Newman there involved in a collision with Andy Maxwell. Right, let's have a look at that again now. I believe, well, here we go. Just a quick one. Mick Barry, Jason Morris, Darrell Wright, Martin Sampson there further back. See Morris do the same thing he did last time. Back round the track. There is Sampson, hit the brakes from Andy Maxwell behind him. And Maxwell come up behind him and lifted his car up in the air. Carrie Fox, close one. Yes, it definitely was. Andy Maxwell, you see it here. Oh, Martin Sampson, yeah, it was Andy Maxwell. That was Andy Maxwell taking out Martin Sampson. Or not taking him out, it was just unfortunately Martin broke for the spinning Jason Morris and, well, Andy didn't have anywhere to go, really. But back down into the leaders, Andy Mick Barry out in front, absolutely flying. Darrell Wright, Craig Jones, great to see AMS top 3 at the moment. Absolutely stellar job from these two guys here, but here comes the looming Ralph Cullinan, and as I say that, Ralph Cullinan comes in and interrupts it. Now we've got a pro in the middle of the third. Can Hefford follow Cullinan through? Van Gaal as well. There is main car number 66 having a battle with Mr. Jamie Ayres for 7th and 8th at the moment. As these guys now dropping down into the infield. There is Van Gaal. There is Craig Jones. Coming down into Mugello now. This is the battle for 5th place. Here on the left-hand side, the cars involved. Darrell Wright in second. Mick Barry's got about 3.3 second lead up the road. He's not going to be affected by the tow. However, Ralph Cullinan is in the mix as well. He is down in second. Hefford is in 4th at the moment. Van Gaal in about 5th place just behind him. Not for very long as Hefford tries to run round the outside of Cullinan, coming down into the S's at the end of the straightaway. Long left-handed here. Oh, the worst thing for Ralph Cullinan is Darrell Wright moved over. They're going to take it 3 wide down into the S's. What's going to happen here? Contact! Contact! Oh, Darrell Wright was just... No! Poor Darrell Wright was just a part of the everlasting contact on the right-hand side with Ralph Cullinan and Steve Hefford there. Never good for these guys. Don't forget as well, guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, bells, 3 most important things to do while you're watching the broadcast here on the UK SimRacers YouTube channel. Steve Hefford now on the outside. Got the job done. Van Gaal got the job. Is he going to get this job done on Cullinan on this run up? Here comes Team Momo again. Look at them lining up in a 3. It's got to be Results Clothing. It's literally Results Clothing and Momo in the mix. Ralph Cullinan and currently Craig Jones doing the business for the Results guys. We've got Hefford, Van Gaal and also Ayres in the mix for the Momo. Oh, they've got to try and stop the inside line. We had this discussion earlier on with Mr. Hefford that if you lock them in a train and you get them out on the outside, they can't come back in. And unfortunately, they go down the order faster than a pack of Haribos at a children's party. I'll tell you that much. So they've got to be careful here, the guys from Results, not to get pushed out of the way by the guy behind. Because if they do that, the Momo guys will line them up and there will be a setup there, done and dusted. But we got Results, Momo, Results, Momo, Results, Momo. So that's the order for the top 6 cars currently at the moment. Mick Barry is leading the race and he's leading by 3 seconds. Top gainers 7 there. There is the current standards of all the teams. We're on the outside now. Results has got it again as he got Hefford, Ralph Cullinan coming in. No, there's Van Gaal switchback. Van Gaal pulled the switchback at the last minute. Is he going to get the outside line? Can Ralph Cullinan stop it? He's got to get back in. He's got to get back in. Otherwise, it's... No, Van Gaal is through. They've set him up. Van Gaal pulled the switchback going down into turn 1. Cullinan went one way. He's got to block Ayres. Don't come out of that position. Here is the train, the Momo train in the MX5 League live from Interlagos. Ralph Cullinan has got to stay in there. He listened to the broadcast. He knows what they're trying to do. And if he doesn't stay in that middle, he is going to get pushed out here and could end up battling down with Craig Jones. But he's got to shut that door. Shut that door and stay as close to Pete Van Gaal's bumper as you are physically allowed without pushing them onto the grass. Because I tell you what, you give them, don't leave the door. Jamie Ayres is going to look at trying to come back up. Oh, I get too excited for my own good. I can see what's happening. That's the weirdest thing here in this race. I know what these guys are trying to do. We've discussed it in the interviews. It's just setting them up in a train that will pull each Momo driver through. Because if you set them up right, the guys from Results will lose positions. And that's what they're trying to do. So Ralph Cullinan has got to stay on the same line as Pete Van Gaal. Because if he doesn't stay on the same line as Pete, Jamie Ayres is going to sneak it up there. And as soon as Ayres is up there, he's going to struggle to get that back. He's left that door open again. Get in behind Van Gaal. Oh, he's going to try and take the... Oh, no. We're coming down into turn 1. Cullinan's going to be on the outside. Van Gaal's left. Look at that. He's forcing the door. He's forcing the door. The door is open. Can Cullinan send it in? Here we go. Ez is going to try and follow through now. Get in. Get in. Oh, good job, Ralph Cullinan. As we're heading round turn 1 down into the red poster. Right, here is Pete Newman. He's coming up to the back of Elise Main as these guys are heading down as well. Ralph Cullinan knows that, oh, Van Gogh's gone and come back again. You'd leave that door and Ralph is going to be, Mr. Cullinan is going to be in trouble. He's trying to push out. Van Gogh, he's got to look and come across his nose as he's heading up the hill. I promised I'm not biased, okay? Don't panic about that. I just know what's going to happen if the door is left open like it is now. Ez is going to try and sneak up the inside as well. He's going to try and follow Van Gogh through. They're in. Top class commentating. Lots of squiggly. Newman has just got past Elise Main. At this moment in time, there is Pete Newman now. Darryl Wright up in, currently in 9th place, is just tucked in behind him. Van Gogh's gone wide. That's allowed Cullinan through. Can Jones now get up and do a results issue that the guys from Momo have been practicing, trying to get done on them? They're going to be too wide now. So we've got results, Momo, results, Momo, results. Say that while you're drunk. That ain't going to work. Craig Jones now has got to either try and block off Ez on that inside line, or he's got to run him, and he's going to run him on the outside as they're coming down into the S's now, but he's got to run him on turn 1, because if he doesn't run him on turn 1, he's going to lose the inside line for free. So he's got to come around the outside to take the inside for 2 and try and come across him down into 3. That is Ralph Cullinan, Jamie Ayres' plan. Look at Van Gogh. Van Gogh's pushed him out. Stay on the gas. Stay on the gas. Here we go. Cullinan, Van Gogh, Jones. Cullinan held on to 4th place, but he didn't quite take the inside line. So we've got results, Momo, results, Momo, results. Can Craig Jones get up into the mix and help these guys, or is the ever-looming blue and white of Mr. Newman going to be coming up and making his nose and presence felt in this battle? That's got to admit, it's been between these 2 teams and these 6 drivers, and it's been an absolutely incredible battle so far. And as per normal, I have loved every single minute of it. Unfortunately for Elise Main, is now up only 4, is down in 9th place. Currently just lost a position to Darryl Wright. There is Martin Sampson and Jason Morris. Morris coming around the inside now here as we're dropping down up into SA, and then we're going to drop right downhill. Down into Pinarino we go. Now we're going to follow these guys through. We're keeping an eye on the top 6. Don't worry, we've got you. But however, Steve Hefford has pulled out nearly 2 seconds over Mick Barry. He's now gaps down to 0.881. 2 laps to go. Can Mick Barry hang on? Can the guys from results give him a help? We're going to jump on board with them now to see how that back straight is materializing. Here we go, Van Gogh. Somebody's got to get up and sort out, try and help Mick Barry, because Mick Barry is going to have 2 laps of pressure from Steve Hefford. Hefford's last lap, 151.34. Barry on a 151.82. No, don't give it up. Oh, no, you've got to get in behind him. Get in behind Ez. Get in behind Ez. Ralph's got to help him out. Craig has got to get in there. Craig's in the mirror, top right-hand corner of the screen. You can see Craig Jones buzzing around. But if I was Ralph, I would just go left. There we go. There we go. No, it's giving up the gap. Oh, no. Can Ralph Cullinan hold it? Follow Jamie Ayres, stick behind him. Poor Mick Barry is under all sorts of pressure up front as well. And he's only got 2 laps to survive. Come on, Mick. Can we get an AM win this season? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and my producer will check on this, I think this is going to be, could possibly be the first AM win if Mick Barry can hold Steve Hefford at bay. We think possibly, we're not sure. We're trying to have a look back through as producer Tyler Oldham goes off scurrying round through the results just to check. But I think maybe Craig Jones might have had one, but this is going to be, it could be it. Can Mick Barry hold this? Last lap of the race. Can we get Results Clothing's win this evening because you're all on your own, Mick. Ralph is in a battle with Jamie Ayres. Jones is in a battle with Van Gool. And it's all on Mick Barry from Results Clothing iRacing team, whether or not he can hold on to this lead. Hug the wall. Hug the wall, Mick. Coming down now into turn one. Hefford's on the right. Final lap of the race. Van Gool set in behind Ayres. It's good. No, there's a change. Oh, Mick Barry. No, contact with Ayres and Cullen, and that's a load. The Momo goes through again. Oh no. Mick Barry, keep it. Come on, Mick, you got this as he's going up behind Steve Hefford now. You can see now we've got Momo results, Momo results, and Pure Sims Pete Newman. Van Gool, Jamie Ayres, they're going to still be going at it as well. Can Mick Barry do anything about Steve Hefford? They let Pete through. Ayres has let Pete through. We just had the discussion from them. The fact that they were in the same team, and Van Gool is in the lead of the lead car from Team Momo, but he's second overall in the championship. If any of that doesn't make sense, let me know. Now all Mick's got to do is stay with Steve Hefford. Stay with Steve Hefford. Darrell Wright has been off track. That's allowed Elise Main back up into 8th. And Andy Maxwell back in 9th. Can Barry get this back? Can Mick Barry get this back? Can we have the gaps opening? The gaps opening is nearly half a second. I mean, this is going to be a Hefford victory. Oh, there's action behind. Go, somebody's just dived. Pete Van Gool. No, oh, I thought Ralph Cullinan was making a move there. It looked like he pulled out. Back up front, though, will follow Hefford across the line. There is Steve Hefford. There is the guys from Momo. Look at them locking up. Barry's coming on the inside. Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Big Barry! Big Barry took the lead. He took the win. He tightened up the last corner of the race, and Mick Barry got the win. Oh, what a run down to the line. I don't even know where everybody else finished. Hefford got second by 0.098 of a second. Pete Van Gool got third. Jamie Ayres got fourth. Cullinan got fifth. Jones got sixth. I'm sorry. I got so excited. I'm sorry if I've just literally deafened everybody. I think I've deafened my house, to be honest, because I stood up cheering in the middle of my room, in the middle of my dining room, or my office, or my broadcast room, or whatever you want to call it. It's part of it. So, Gary Fox, wow, what a finish. Oh, dear. Mick Barry got the victory in race 2, and that was an absolute epic race. Mick Barry in first place, Steve Hefford in second, Pete Van Gool in third, Jamie Ayres in fourth. So Momo didn't get a lockout, but they did get the second and third place. Ralph Cullinan in fifth, Craig Jones in sixth, Pete Newman in seventh, Elise Main in eighth, Andy Maxwell in ninth, Darrell Wright in 10th, Martin Sampson in 11th, Jason Morris in 12th, Steve Hansford down in 13th. Darrell Wright finished above Hansford. That's important for the AMs. Andy Littler in 15th, Andy Littler 14th, Craig Crawford 15th, and Alan Toon in 16th place. Wow. I'm sorry if I've deafened anybody anyway. I've got to be honest, because if we can get Mick Barry in, I would absolutely love that. We're just going to see if we can get Mick Barry in while we have a short little break into race 3, but just bear with us 2 seconds. Wow, to be fair, that was absolutely incredible, and as I say, apologies for anybody that I've just screamed in your ear hole and made you completely deaf. If you'd see me in my room, where I am broadcast from, I was stood up cheering on the way down, so oh my god, I just get too excited. I really do. But yeah, Puck, I agree. It was absolutely incredible racing. So there you go. And I'm also forgetting that I'm completely on camera and I've just had my hands on my head and everything else. So there you go. Oh, dearie me. Right, excuse me, right, just take a drink, 2 seconds. But I think you'll have to agree that that was absolutely incredible. And I want to get Mick Barry in. I'm going to ignore anybody else in this thing at the moment. I want to get Mick in, ready for this chat. So let's welcome in your race 2 winner, Mick Barry.
Good evening.
Is that it, Mick? Mick,
Yeah.
come in with some excitement. If you come on.
Yes. Yeah. Really, really chuffed. I've been doing this for several years now with BSR, and now with this, and that's my first podium. So I'm really, really pleased.
Also, I'd like to point out as well, we think we've had a check back through the standings from all the other races, and we believe that you are also the first AM winner this season.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, that's great news. I'm really chuffed with that. Thank you. That's a double bonus for me. So I'm really, really chuffed. But again, it's the lads around you. You know, things have picked up this season. It's smaller grids, but the pros are overtaking, knowing that, you know, some people are slower, so they're braking earlier, and they're doing it on the straight rather than on the chicanes and things like that. So it all adds up to a really, really good race, and people's times are getting better.
Well, look, Mick, just watch back the end of race 2, but don't have the volume on loud, all right? Because
Okay.
I did somehow get rather excited.
Excellent.
Rather excited as you come down across the line and hug the inside. It was absolutely epic. Mick, I don't know, if I was there with you, Mick, I'd give you a cuddle and say congratulations, because that was absolutely stunning. That pressure under the last 2 laps when Steve Hefford closed you down, I seriously thought it was going to not end well, but you did a stellar job. Yeah, like it does, mate. And you hugged the inside all the way up the hill, and I love that, especially as that's the fastest way to the line. So that was absolutely amazing. Even producer Tyler was in my ear, and I could hear him go, "Go on, go on, go on, go on!" And it just
Brilliant. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, but I've also got to thank all the lads that are on the track, because you never make it this far, you know, on your own, and you need the people around you, and they're a special bunch of blokes, and girls. So, you know, thanks to them.
Yeah, but mate, take the credit. You did a stellar job. You led from, well, we could say you led from start to finish, really.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, apart from a small spell of letting Steve pass, it was all tactics, you see.
Yeah, we don't worry about that bit, Mick. We just won't tell anyone. All right, we won't tell anyone. We just say it was start to finish, which it practically was anyway. But yeah,
yeah.
But there you go, mate. Well done. You're Victor from race 2. We believe the only AM winner this season. We will have to check back unless we are completely wrong. But Mick Barry,
brilliant.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys.
You take care.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.
Right, the guys, we are going to be back shortly. We're just going to take a brief break while we change over sessions. Right, guys, we are back, and I must apologise. I've just watched the end of race 2 back, and I'm sorry if I deafened anyone as they come across the line. I got a little bit way excited for my own good, but yeah, it was an absolute epic ending. First podium ever for Mick Barry. First podium, first win. Absolutely outstanding, and he tightened up that last corner and took the victory, and yeah. It was, oh God, it was stunning. If you've just joined us and you've wondered what we're getting all excited about, go back to the end of race 2, just from Juncal, the last corner on race 2, and you will see what we believe to be the first AM win of the season, the first ever podium for Mick Barry, and he takes the victory. But I will say turn your volume down because it was very loud. Right, so if anybody's in chat, and I did manage to deafen you, I apologise for that one, but we are coming to the end of the warm-up session. We've got about 55 seconds remaining. We've just been made sure on what we said on this one, just to keep an eye. Just checking the stats on that one. Producer Tyler has gone running off to have a look. So let's see what we got coming back now. And we'll just overall clarify it, but I do believe anyway. But there you go. But much love for guys. If you are still here, don't forget to hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bells for notifications, and don't forget, overall, give it a big old thumbs up, because I think you've got to admit the racing has been absolutely epic so far this evening, and I've loved every single minute of it, as I do every single Tuesday evening. What more could you ask for on a Tuesday night than joining us for the race? It's just been, well, it's just... Oh, it's been amazing, but we'll be getting going again soon for race 2. So we're just waiting for confirmation from the producer to let us know if we have got that correct, and that is the first race victory for an AM. So yeah, but all in all, so we are on the cover. We do believe it is true. Yeah, it's the first time that AMS has won the overall standings. So yeah, so we are on the understanding it is true. So there you go. Hopefully, you know, we are right. So. There you go. We are, you know, we're trying to get it right. So there you go. As we come down now, last 10 seconds of practice remaining, and yeah, I don't know. I'm worn out already after race 2. There's not a lot left here. I think sort of compete with that to this evening. It's just been absolutely in. Right, so it's the first time an AM has won overall, but it's the first time this season, but it's 4 AM wins for Mick Barry this season in the AM class. So we've got Jason Morris on pole, Elise Main in second, Andy Maxwell third, Pete Newman fourth, Craig Jones fifth, Martin Sampson sixth, Ralph Cullinan 7th, Pete Van Gaal in 8th, Steve Hefford in 9th, Mick Barry in 10th, Jamie Ayres in 11th, Darryl Wright is down in 12th, Steve Hanson 13th, Andy Littler 14th, Craig Crawford 15th, and Alan Toon down in 16th, as we're waiting for Andy Maxwell to join us on the grid. And then we are going to be going live as we run through. There you go, Craig Crawford and Alan Toon at the bottom of the field. Right, the lights will be coming on very shortly. Here we go. Right, it's away, and we are away. Jason Morris is still out in front currently as we head down into turn 1. Jason Morris and Elise Main in first and second. Newman gets up into third past Andy Maxwell. That's +1 for Newman already. Can Elise Main hold him? Hold off the ever-charging Newman as they're heading down now. Down the Redder Aposta, down into Interlagos for the first time. Morris and Main side by side as Darrell Wright's been involved in an incident at the back with Pete Van Gaal. They're going 3 wide. Pete Van Gaal, Darrell Wright, Martin Sampson all involved in the incident at the base of the down turn 1. Newman sends it up the inside. Is Morris going to run him round the outside up the hill? Into the Ferradura we go. That's Main down into third currently at the moment. Can Morris hold that inside line? Can Main follow in behind? Got to try and slot in behind because you will be able to bully the inside line. That will put Newman off. Main's just got to try and slot in at the moment. Can they get it as they come around the Ferradura, jobbing down the hill? Morris has got to try and come back. It's opened the door for Newman. Once Newman gets out in front, it's going to be very difficult to stop him as he's headed up now into Depado before they head down the hill into Mugello. Morris tightens up. Depado coming down now. He's still got the lead currently at the moment. Only just. Newman's got it back again. And there is the ever-charging Pete Newman. Let's have a look back at that turn 1 incident before these guys get onto the back straight and bring a replay. Here we go, on board with the JPB chopper live from Brazil. Sampson started the collision, I believe, and there's Van Gaal trying to avoid it all. Gets hit by Ayres. Wright gets hit by Barry. Oh, the leader, the winner of race 1 gets involved in the incident. Oh, Martin Sampson there and Darrell Wright just tagging at the end of that as they head down the start-finish straight. Newman, Morris, Main, Maxwell. That is your current top 4. Lap 2 of 8. Morris on the outside. Main's trying to cut back, trying to try and follow. Can Morris run it around the outside and take the inside for the next part? He can't. Can Main now look at coming back? Morris has got a slow exit, which has got a big bunch of cars locked up behind him. On the board now with Ralph Cullen in contact there. I believe that might have been Steve Hefford on the inside. Maxwell is on the left-hand side of us as we head down. Ralph Cullen takes Andy Maxwell. Going down now into Interlagos. Maxwell's still got that inside line from Cullen and trying to get it back. Big puff of smoke from Morris. Oh, Main. Oh, Maxwell. Hefford. Oh, Main. Hefford. Maxwell. Oh, Morris sliding on. Big puff of smoke there. And that unfortunately got involved with Elise Main and Steve Hefford there. So poor old Elise Main come to an absolute cropper. There is a very battered looking Martin Sampson. No, says Gary Fox in YouTube chat. Oh, Elise Main has jumped straight to the pits. Andy Maxwell's gone to the, I believe he's going to go look at going to the pits. He's just done another incident. Steve Hefford's just gone into the pits. Oh, what an absolute shame. Here we go. Let's have another look at this. On board with the chopper. There's Morris in front of us. We see the puff of smoke. Oh, contact from Main. Sent Morris round. Oh, no. Craig Jones then tagged Main into Morris. And then after that, it was Main, Hefford. Oh, all involved in the incident with Maxwell. And it was absolutely just a complete free car pile-up. Just having another look back round. There's the contact. There's the second contact. There's the third contact. Poor Elise Main was like a pinball. Now we're going to have a look at Morris's re-entry onto the track. Oh! That was Craig Crawford, I believe. He just got missed. We have a look on board with Craig Crawford towards the end of that replay. We'll see just how close that was for Mr. Craig Crawford there as he goes shooting past Jason Morris and really got collected. Here is Craig just driving along, all innocent in this. And here comes Jason Morris. Oh! Oh no! Can we please have a change of underpants for Mr. Craig Crawford? Wow! Craig Crawford there was absolutely, must have been, well, I don't know, eyes closed and hoping he made it round from the ever-returning Jason Morris, because that was absolutely close. But Van Gogh has got ahead of Martin Sampson. That's Van Gogh up into 9th place. Woo. Lap 3, now Newman is out in front from Jones, from Cullinan, from Ayres, from Hansford. Hansford, if he can finish where he is in 5th, will get a big load of points over Darrell Wright, because Darrell is down in 13th at the moment, so that's going to make a big dent in the standards, which we probably will bring you updated once all the penalties have been included and everything's been updated. We will bring you them at the beginning of next week's broadcast as well, so we can keep an eye on what is happening within the standings. But yeah, for Craig Crawford, that is a desperate need there for new underwear. Pete Newman on a 151.07 goes across the line. Ralph Cullinan, fastest man on track, on a 150.7 as these guys head down into turn 1 with Hansford, Toon and Littler. Ams here taking the literally 2, 4, 5 of the top 8 places. I would say top 10, but then they're on a 50-50 split with Van Gogh and Martin Sampson, Jamie Ayres, Ralph Cullinan, and obviously the ever-flying Mr. Pete Newman, who is out in front and has done a stellar job tonight. So there you go. All the way through, absolutely epic racing. Van Gogh's trying to stick his nose out on Craig Crawford, trying to get that position from Craig. This is a battle for 8th and 9th. Oh no, Crawford Sampson. Oh, Craig Crawford gets all out of shape. But poor Martin Sampson is not having no luck in race 2. As we see here with Craig Jones and Ralph Cullinan from Results Clothing. Jones is the AM, Cullinan is the pro. I wonder if there's team orders in Results where Jones will make room for Cullinan. But let's have a look back with that incident with Martin Sampson. We have Pete Van Gogh, Craig Crawford. Oh, Pete Van Gogh tagging Craig Crawford, and around he goes. That's how Craig Crawford ended up spinning there. Ralph Cullinan moves, takes the inside line. Craig Jones gives him a wide berth, and that just allows Cullinan through. We were talking about team orders, and we've just kind of seen a big dose of it there on screen. Ralph Cullinan up into 2nd place now and trying to keep on to try and close up to the back of Pete Newman, with Jamie Ayres there in 4th. Trying to get onto the back of these guys. As you see the shot at the bottom of Senna S's. Woof, woof, woof. There you go. I don't know why I added sound effects. You can probably hear it, but you know, why not, right? Let's just put them in. We've got nothing else. Let the commentator give you the sound effects for you. On board with Ayres, heading down at the back of Jones, coming down into Interlagos. Left-hander now. Jones is on the brakes. He's got to try and keep that inside line. Pete Van Gogh is just cleared Alan Toon. Toon's not letting him go though. He's taking the inside line. Oh, Pete Van Gogh trying his hardest there to get past Alan Toon. Toon lets him through. Is Littler going to make it through as well? Oh, Van Gogh, aggressive nose chopping as these guys heading up and now into SA at the top of the top corner of the circuit before they drop down the hill into the Pinerino. But on board now with Mr. Jamie Ayres, Craig Jones in front of us, Ralph Cullinan in front of that. Can Jamie make it 3 out of 3 podiums for the guys in Team Momo this evening already? They took the first 3 in race 1. They took 2nd and 3rd in race 2. Are they going to take another one here with Jamie Ayres? He's all on his own. Hefford's in the pit still. Pete Van Gogh is in 6th. So Pete can help. Well, no, Pete's very far behind him. I don't believe Pete's going to be able to help out Jamie Ayres here too much as we go into lap 6. I'll tell you what, Craig Jones needs a big dose of help from Ralph Cullinan here, because Jamie Ayres just literally sent it. Stuck a stamp in the top right-hand corner of that MX5, and he sent it up the inside of Jones. And that's Ayres now in 3rd. Could be 3 out of 3 podiums For the guys at Momo, unfortunately, it's not the team leader that is Pete Van Gool. It is Jamie Ayres here, but he's still under attack from Craig Jones. Can Jones do a job on him and take him back again to help out Ralph Cullinan, which is what he needs to do? Oh, Ralph runs wide, very wide indeed. Cullinan's got a little bit of a run as they're coming up into the hill now, up into the Ferradura they go. Long looping right-hander. We just got to wait and wait and wait before you can get on the gas. Away they go. Ralph now has got to look at Cullen, has got to look at trying to take that inside line, trying to block off Ayres as they're dropping down. Now into Pinarino, left-hander, tight left-hander, back round they go. Off up the hill into the Pado. Cullinan still in front at this moment in time as they head round, dropping down into Mugello they go. Down the hill on the left-hander, tight line from Ralph Cullinan. Jamie Ayres tries to follow him through. Behind him as they're coming down into Junção now. Ayres is on the brakes early. Can Jones do anything here to try and help out his teammate? Ayres is looking like he's got his nose now on the right hand, rear right corner of Ralph Cullinan as they're heading up over around the corner they go. Then they're going to loop another left again. Jamie Ayres on the right, Ralph Cullinan on the left as they're coming up over the hill. They've swapped sides now. Cullinan is on your right, Ayres on your left. Coming down into the S's. Craig Jones has got that. He needs to get up behind Ralph Cullinan to get Ayres off the position, off that line. Because as soon as that door is open, that will allow him to come through there as they head down. The Red Aposta down now. Coming down into Interlagos, they've just gone out the exit of the Aposta as we see Jason Morris. He's just made the move up the inside of Alan Toon. Cullinan hugging the right-hand side of the circuit now to get ready for that left-hander. Tight line in from Ralph Cullinan. Is that going to jeopardize his exit? Jamie Ayres runs a little bit wide there over the outside curb. Craig Jones trying to comes up the inside now on the run up into Ferradura. We've got Jones on the right, Ayres on the left, Cullinan in front of us. He's sitting in front of his teammate, pulling him along. Jones really needs to just try and bully Ayres off that inside line to try and make any difference. We'll have a look at the replay of Pete Van Gool here, passing Steve Hansford. This was on the run down into turn one. Van Gool is on the right, Hansford's on the left. Chopper provided all the action. The pilots absolutely loving this evening. Down in Interlagos in the nice warm weather as Van Gool just makes the move stick at the end of the straight down into SimRacers as they go, and that's Van Gool through. Heading down now, we've got back into the Ralph Cullinan battle. There's a mixture of battles in the middle there from 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. 7th, 8th and 9th. Morris Toon, Littler, Barry, Wright. That is a battle of the AMs. Hansford's in that as well, so Hansford's a little bit further up the field. But 8th and 9th, who is currently Alan Toon and Andy Littler, both from Work Guard by Result, are in on track, still battling it out as they're heading up over the hill. We're on the white flag lap now. Can Ralph Cullinan hang on? There are the team. Oh, there were the teams on the left-hand side as they go down into the SimRacers. Cullinan on the left-hand side as tries to slide him like fast and furious. Oh, James is trying to bully that inside line. He didn't get the inside line. This is going to be another run down to the line. Hold on to your ears. This could be another very exciting moment in this heat 3 of this MX5 Battle Buddy UK SimRacers. Oh, Ralph Cullinan was more reactive than proactive there. Craig Jones needs to help him out. Ayres is trying to go up the inside, round the exit of Interlagos before they run up into Ferradura. They go. Cullinan on your left card, number 32, red and white. Ayres on the right, 46. In the Momo black and red that we're so used to seeing here up the front of the grid. Oh, contact, Ayres and Cullinan contact, last lap, last corner, the second to last corner as they head him round Ferradura. That's a left. It didn't. Ayres is back on, is in 4th place still. But there was contact there from Ralph Cullinan on Jamie Ayres as well. So it was a big dose of contact with these guys now heading round Mugello. We're going to turn left up through Junção for the last run up the hill. for these guys from Results Clothing, but Pete Newman is going to be the victor in race 3. Here he comes across the line with a massive 5.5 second gap at the moment. And there is Pete Newman crossing the line, is your victor. In second place is Ralph Cullinan. In third is Craig Jones, and Jamie Ayres comes across the line in fourth. That was a little bit more of a conservative ending than the last one. Van Gogh coming across the line in fifth there. Hansford in sixth. Morris in seventh. Toon in eighth. Barry in ninth. Andy Littler down in 10th place. Darrell Wright in 11th. Massive for the AM standings with Hansford and Wright. And here comes the very unlucky Martin Sampson. We're going to have a look of the replay now. But of contact. We're on cockpit view of Jamie Ayres as these guys head down now. Oh, that didn't really show us a lot on that one. On board the chopper, Ralph Cullinan's on the right hand side, Ayres is on the left. Ayres tries to go round the outside coming into Tabado. Oh, he looked like he turned in, didn't he? It did look like he turned in. It looked like there was no movement at all from Ralph Cullinan, but that's a bit of a hard one to call there, guys. So let's bring you the overall results of race 3. Pete Newman in first, Ralph Cullinan in second, Craig Jones in third, Jamie Ayres in fourth, Pete Van Gogh in fifth, Steve Hansford in sixth, Jason Morris in seventh, Alan Toon in eighth, Mick Barry in ninth. And we've got Andy Littler in 10th, Darrell Wright in 11th, Martin Sampson in 12th, Craig Crawford in 13th, Steve Hefford, Andy Maxwell and Elise Main did not finish the race. They are down in 14th, 15th and 16th respectively. Right. Okay, we are gonna swap over sessions now, guys, and we can grab somebody in. That would be interesting. Get Ralph Cullinan, maybe try and see if we can get Ralph Cullinan in, guys. But while we're doing this, we are going to swap sessions over and wait for session 4, so we can get this back underway. Just got to do this, unfortunately, due to the IA Racer not liking the setup of the mixture from race 3 to race 4. But thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're all having a wonderful time. Please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe and turn on the bells for notifications. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, as you can see from the schedule to the right of me, nope, this one somewhere. There you go. Nope, hold on. There it is. There's the schedule. We have got Interlagos from race 4 coming for you now to end of, and then we've got Watkins Glen, and then we go down into Daytona for the final race this season. So we're going to see if we can get a quick chat in the interview room and see how who will come in. But we're going to be looking at joining the session at the same time, because I'm going to be multitasking, because I am that clever. You know, amazing I am this evening. But as you can see me live on camera now, I am very hot, I've got to be honest. So the session is up. We're just waiting for it to become available. So we're going to have a quick chat with Ralph Cullinan, as he's we're going to drag him in and have a chat with Ralph. Whereabouts are you, young sir? Ooh. Okay, I must be going blind. Yeah, I don't have that. Hold on, I'm going to try and get Ralph in here. I'm just going to try and join the session at the same time. If you're wondering, you know, what I'm looking at on screen, that'd be it, because I'm trying to see Ralph Cullinan in the box. Ah, there he is. Oh, yes, right. Here we go. We are joined in the booth by Ralph. Ralph, how are you, young sir? That was a very interesting one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I sort of thought, oh, look, Pete's slowing down again. I'll be able to catch him now. And then, of course, Jamie, you know, arrived, and we had to fight, and obviously you lose all the time, and so just hanging on really. But I don't know what happened there. I know we had contact there near the end. I don't know.
It's a hard one from our point of view, because obviously we've got the camera angles, and from our point of view, it did look like Jamie come across from the left-hand side of the track to try and come across you, but I don't know if he didn't gauge that you were that far in up beside him. I don't know. I found out before, Ralph, that if I turn around and say this is what happened, somebody DMs me and tells me, no, James, you were wrong. So I'm going to sit on the fence and get splinters, I'm afraid, on that one.
You're right. Yeah, look, we all race as clean as we can, I guess, and thank God there's been hardly any penalties dished out, so I think we're all just trying our best really to keep it clean.
Now,
whatever, you make a mistake every now and then. Sorry.
At the end of the day, that's racing, isn't it? It wouldn't be racing if people didn't make mistakes, at the end of the day. Now, race 2 was a good one, wasn't it?
Race 2, just trying to remember now.
You guys from Results and
guys
from
3 and 3, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they worked very well as a team there, and got past me.
Well, so, if you watch it back, please ignore me trying to tell you what to do, because I kind of at times we're kind of emphasising what you should be doing, but so ignore that one, Ralph. Just chuckle back when you're sitting there going, yeah, James. If only it was that easy while you're sat in the car, you know what I mean?
No, I will listen. I will take notes. Don't worry. I will. It's what I do. Yeah.
The problem was it was only Ralph. It was only the fact that we interviewed Steve at the end of race 1, and he told us what they were trying to do with Pete Newman. So they were trying to get into a train at certain parts of the infield, and as you know, once you get into a train, the car on the outside can't get back in because the guys have got the line. So I knew that once Jamie and Pete Van Gaal got within nose to bonnet of each other, they were going to literally try and force you out of the line, and they were going to pull each other through, which is, as we saw, happened.
That's it. I was trying to find a way. Exactly.
So while I was here shouting at you to take the inside line and sit behind one of them, which I apologise, as I say, I'm not in the car. But, how's your evening gone overall, Ralph? It's been a good night. So far.
I think it's going well. Yeah, thank God, no DNFs this week. So I'd like to, stick with the pack at the front is great, if you can. So just more of the same. And thanks to Martin Sampson for the setup, which has been used for a couple of years, I guess. And thanks to my team of fantastic comrades, brilliant. We're talking to each other, but we're racing hard as well.
And Mick Barry taking his first ever, as he said to us, podium. And it wasn't a podium. Mick Barry's first ever win.
We had to give it to him. We had to give it to him. He's been paying us a lot of money recently, and it's about time where we said, "All right, Mick, you've paid enough now. Take the win." So,
can we just say Mick Barry earned it? Don't tell him you gave it to him.
Well, I don't know if he earned it or not, really.
Did you? You haven't watched it back, did you? He had miles. He had 3-second gap out up front at one point.
Yeah, I know. Brilliant. It's great to see. If it's the first podium and the first win, that's fantastic.
And also, he took the other title of being the first AM winner this season.
Okay, very good.
Overall,
right.
first AM overall.
I'll have to give him some of his money back. So
definitely on that one, mate. Or if you need my details, you can send me it over.
You can pass it on for me. Thanks.
Well, that's exactly what will happen. Yeah. I promise. I won't buy anything.
I know. I believe you. I'll take your advice in the racing, and I'll send you the cash.
I'm a straight guy, man. Straight shooter. You don't have to worry about it.
But
so we're going into the last race of the night, Ralph. What's the plan, young sir?
Same as before, just try and stay with the pack. Basically, that's it. Race clean as you can, and stay with the pack, and see what happens in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys here from Results do really well. You've been up or thereabouts for the last 2 races, done an absolutely stellar job. Couldn't quite stop the Momo guys in race 2. Jamie did make a big difference in race 3 until obviously you two come together. But it's nice to get a 2-3 on the podium.
Oh, perfect. We're well used to it now. It's
well used to it.
in our heads, in our own heads.
We're not being big-headed. It's just, you know, it's the dream I had last night until I woke up when my alarm clock went off.
No, it's good. It's good. I think improvement week on week. So yeah, really happy.
Well, that's all you can do, mate. Well, good luck in race 3, Ralph.
Thanks,
It's been a stellar talking to you, and
good.
have a good fun. And I'll drop you back into your room.
All right.
And,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
No worries. Chat to you later.
Cheers.
Right, there you go. That was Ralph Cullinan joining us for a good old chat there. As you can see, we've got about 2.5 minutes remaining of the practice before we go into the final race this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the racing, guys, as much as I have. It's been absolutely epic. Thank you so much if you are joining us as well. And if you are here for the first time, please subscribe. Hit the bell and don't forget to press that like button because we are growing the UK SimRacers YouTube channel, and it will be absolutely amazing to get as much support as we possibly can. For the first time that us here at James Parfitt Broadcasting has actually broadcasted this league for them, and we are also in line to broadcast their next season as well, so that will be absolutely epic. So if you can come along or you want to get involved, all links are down in the comments box. If you need a Discord link, just drop it in the comments, and I'm sure one of us can sort you out a Discord link to this great league. Get yourselves involved because it is absolutely epic every Tuesday evening, and the racing's been fantastic, and you do get a commentator screaming down the microphone at you. So, you know, be aware. Don't have your volume up if it's coming to the end of the race, because it's it gets a little bit loud. So there you go. But yeah, thank you so much again for joining us, and yeah, we go into race 4. See how it all materializes again here from this epic racing. But let's switch over. Right, so there you go. We're on a nice scenic view there of Ralph Cullinan out on track. Minus commentator's tax, says Tyler Oldham. Yes, if we're going to hold any money, we will minus of it. You know, holders fee. Got to give a holders fee. Oh dear, we're going to go into race 4. It's yeah, this is just going to be last race. Now, I will say the last race does. How can I put it? It gets manic, okay? It gets very manic because everybody wants to get up the field as far as physically possible. So be prepared. Buckle up for this one. I say that. I'm going to sit here and say it will be a good one. But then, no, in my luck, unfortunately, it won't be. And they'll all just follow each other around. But knowing the league and the past 7 races, I also know it won't be like that as well. So there you go. Buckle up, grab some popcorn, get ready as we come into the last 20 seconds of practice. Right, guys, I am back. As we're coming in now, we're going to bring you up the grid for the last race of the evening. Craig Crawford is on pole for this one with Martin Sampson. Hopefully he'll have a lot better evening than he's had so far in race 4. Darryl Wright in 3rd, Andy Littler 4th, Mick Barry in 5th, Alan Toon in 6th, Jason Morris 7th, Steve Hansford 8th, Pete Van Gaal in 9th, Jamie Ayres in 10th, Craig Jones in 11th, Ralph Cullinan in 12th, Pete Newman all the way down in 13th with Steve Hefford in 14th, Andy Maxwell down in 15th, and Elise Main unfortunately down in 16th. We got AMS 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So AMS are taking 2, 4, 6, 7 of the 10 spots in front tonight. So there you go. The MX5 UK SimRacers League live from Interlagos. Race 4. We're going to be underway very shortly, and we got 7 AMS. So there you go. Oh no! Craig Crawford's jumped the start. Craig Crawford's jumped the start. That's going to release Martin Sampson. There is Crawford, pulls over to the left-hand side. That's normally a penalty. And Craig Crawford there is unfortunately jumped the start of the race. Now, we've had information back from Pete Newman why he underfueled at the beginning is he had to run to the toilet after qualifying as we get run over there by one of the results goes and everybody else as we're heading down. So Pete Newman, oh, Littler's tagged, Van Gogh. Oh, that was car number 211, that was Andy Littler. Oh no, Andy Littler, car number 8. Was that Jason Morris going off into the barrier? Jason Morris and Andy Littler there going off, shooting off directly right, but at the moment Mick Barry runs wide, but we've got Martin Sampson, go on Martin, who's had a rotten evening so far, is currently out in front. Darryl Wright in second, Mick Barry in third. That is not good for Steve Hansford, who's down in 10th at the moment as they are the battling for the AMS. As we head down now for the first time, we will bring you up the screen on the screen to see. There we go, there is the times, and we'll also look at bringing you up the little battle box on the left hand side so you can see who is involved with the battle with the guys in front and behind. So there we go, on board with Pete Van Gogh, Mick Barry and Jamie Ayres. This is the battle for the third place, currently occupied by Barry, your winner, as he says, with great congratulations in race 2. So can Mick Barry now do an absolutely stellar job over Pete Van Gogh now. Oh, Ayres gets the slide on, but let's have a look at the replay of the start and see what happened here. Andy Littler here, Morris comes across, tag from Littler, he went into Van Gogh, then Morris comes back onto the, oh, they just got locked up together. Jason Morris and Andy Littler, just unfortunately, once you start touching, these cars start and then they just get tagged and joined in now. This is Elise Main at the back of the field. Oh, that was Andy Maxwell. Elise Main and Andy Maxwell. Main's in the pits, Morris in the pits, Littler's in the pits, Crawford's in the pits as well. That is not good at the moment. Craig Crawford, we think, has got the penalty. I think he's going to be coming straight through and back out again, which he has done. So here we go with Jamie Ayres, Newman, Barry, Sampson, all involved here. Van Gogh is in the mix. Barry runs wide again at that corner. That allows Newman and Ayres through. Van Gogh is in third place. Can Momo make it 4 out of 4 podiums tonight? As we go into we're on lap 2 of 8 at the track here at Interlagos. But here we go now with Darryl Wright is still in second, the current leading of the AMS. You can see him at the top of the screen there. Brings you all current leaders of each AMS and pros as we're heading up into the paddock, and I'm going to be dropping down the hill into Mugello. We go on board with Newman and keeping an eye on Newman and what is Van Gogh going to be able to do to defend away from Pete Newman, because we know again Newman victory 1, race 1 and race 3. If he can get out in front, he's going to fly. So, you know, at the moment, though, he's got Pete Van Gogh, Darryl Wright and Martin Sampson. Sampson's out in front. He's opened up about 2.3 seconds. You see the gainers on the screen there. Newman up 9 places by the end of lap 2. Absolutely incredible. Ayres up 5, Van Gogh up 6, Jones up 4, Hefford 6, Cullinan up 3, Maxwell's up 3. And you can see after that, Craig Crawford down 12 is in the pits. Littler and Morris as out, and so are Main. Currently out of the race, so unfortunately for them, their race 4 did not quite go to plan. Who is that there? I believe that's Craig Crawford coming out the pits, I believe, at the top of the screen. Don't forget, he's got the stop and go for jumping the start. Poor old Craig Crawford on pole. Got a little bit excited with the pedal, moved, jumped forward. As we're looking at Newman now, he's coming up beside Jamie Ayres. And, oh, he's got Van Gogh, sorry. And that is Newman up into third place. Next on his list is Darryl Wright. Can Wright do anything? Will Darryl Wright, sorry, shall I say, do anything about Pete Newman? Because at the end of the day, he knows Newman's quick. He knows it. But the problem for Wright is he's in a good place for his championship in the AM stands when it's over Steve Hansford. So Wright is kind of in the middle of that thing now. Is if he lets Newman go, he's got to let Van Gaal go. Then he's going to let Ayres go. And then he's going to have Barry, which is also in the same series, in the same class as the AMs. So is there going to be a Wright-Barry battle because of the three guys behind him? Don't forget, we have got pros and AMs. And Darrell Wright here in the work car by result. Yellow and white and black car is in the AMs, and the next AMs behind him is Mick Barry down in 6th place. So here we go now, we're on board with Pete Van Gaal going up around the long left-hander, heading down to the, I'm going to call it a start-finish curve, guys. It's kind of the same setup as Daytona. It's just one big long left-hander. There goes Wright. Newman's through, Van Gaal's through, tagging by contact with Van Gaal and Newman. Mick Barry, fastest man on track in a 1:49, but this is where we're looking at now. Darrell Wright, Mick Barry have come together in the AM battle, so they're going to have to be now mindful that these guys have got quite a big gap over Steve Hansford, who is second currently in the standings. Darrell Wright is currently leading the AMs standings, so can Darrell Wright be your victor this season as we're going into Watkins Glen next week? But Newman now in second place, Van Gaal in third, heading up the hill into Ferradura we go. Still Newman, Van Gaal, Ayres, Wright, Barry, Jones, and then we've got a 1.6 second gap back to Steve Hefford, who is currently down in 8th place. He is kind of got a bit of an open gap to Ralph Cullinan behind him of about 1.2, so you can see it on the left hand side, all the gaps there. You can see the racing here in race 4 with Newman. We are on lap 4 of 8, and currently Martin Sampson is out in front by about 2 seconds. Can he hang on? Martin Sampson has had a bit of a not so good evening so far in the first 3 races, been involved in incidents, not always, I'm not even going to say entirely his fault, probably some of them have never been his fault, but he was involved in a couple of incidents throughout the first 3 races, not had a good evening. Newman, however, has steady and consistent as always. 2 wins tonight for car 118, and this could be another Momo podium. They could make it 4 out of 4 tonight at the hands of Pete Van Gaal. And don't forget, Newman and Van Gaal are both leading the champion in first and second in the championship. So Newman is in first, Van Gaal is in second. Current gap being 160 points, but that doesn't mean a lot when currently the leading driver is Pete Newman on 2006. He was on 2,370, I believe. So the standings have just been updated for me, believe it or not. So we've got Pete Newman on 2,641, Van Gaal on 2,458. So it's currently minus 183 points. So there you go. As we're going down now, we're going to have a look at the AM standings if I can. Steve Hansford is leading Darrell Wright by 50 points, with Jason Morris down back by 63 and Andy Littler down by 92. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that materialises with Wright coming in. Is currently in front of Steve Hansford by 3 positions. So Wright is in 7th, Hansford in 10th. However, Martin Sampson is going to be under attack very, very shortly. He's got about 1.25 seconds. The gap's come down from 2. Sampson's last lap was a 150.8. Newman's was a 150.707. So can he hold this now as the gap's down to 1.2 seconds on lap 5 of 8? There is Sampson, there is Newman, there is Van Gaal. I bet Sampson's wishing Van Gaal can get involved with this battle and really put Pete Newman under pressure. We're going to have a look back at Alan Toon, who's been in on the wars through the S's. He goes on the outside. It doesn't look good in that car. Can we have that again in the cockpit? Because that did not look very like he had much. There was a lot going on in there. So we see Van Gaal closing up on Newman down into turn 1. Sampson's gap is down to less than a second now. Is this going to be Martin Sampson coming back this evening to get his first victory tonight? On lap 6, 2 laps remaining. They just missed out on 1 extra lap, so I'm guessing that we're going to have 2 laps maybe, depending on what happens on the time. We're on lap 8, so it's set laps for lap 8. So lap 8 will be the last one. And the gap is down to 0.8 now. We're looking and Newman can see Sampson now. The lights come on. We're going to have a look on the replay with Alan Toon. Comes around the S's. It's very strange. Very strange. But there you go. That's what happened to Alan Toon. Looked very bizarre on that one. See if we can get him into the booth and have a chat with him about what happened in race 4. He's had an up and down evening tonight for Alan Toon. Newman now, the gap is down to 0.55. Sampson's being dragged in. He's being brought into this battle, and it's one place I think Martin Sampson is wishing that he probably wasn't, because Newman is so fast. The last lap time, 150.54 for Sampson, 149.87 for Newman, 149.88 for Van Gaal, 149.75 for Ayres. So you can see him there on the screen on the left hand side of your timing tower. Gap's down to 0.27. Can Sampson hold on for one more lap? Oh, here comes the Newman. Oh, he settles in behind. This is Cullinan, Mick Barry and Craig Jones with Steve Hefford. Down into turn 1. Darrell Wright is unfortunately now gone down into 8th place. He's lost out to these guys here. But up front, here's Newman on the right, Sampson on the left. Car number 80 is Martin Sampson. Newman's going to take the inside line on this run down into Interlagos. And he's going to be looking at taking first place. Van Gaal's going to try and follow through. Oh, that must have been close. Over the nose of Van Gaal, but is now under attack from Ayres. Don't forget, Van Gaal is currently in 2nd place in the championship. Newman out in front again on lap 7. Can Newman hold this now from Martin Sampson? Can Van Gaal do anything and really kind of at least not lose a full chunk of points? He can at least be able to get second and keep some of the places, some of the point loss down to a bare minimum, as we've got 2 final races remaining. Coming in now up the hill to the right-hander. Dropping down into Mugello we go. Long left-hander down onto the short straight that leads us into Junção. Down through the gears, 2nd gear we go, up the hill now. Here we go, this is going to be a draft run here for Martin Sampson, all the way down 4 on behind Pete Newman. The draft is going to be strong. As they lead us down now, Newman's on the left-hand side. I don't think he's going to give up that inside line. He's too much of a wily old fox for that. Hugging the wall. Barney's out. White flag. White flag we go. Sampson now. Did he get past? He's got past Newman. Can he hold it, though? No. Newman gets it back on the inside. This is the run down to the down Redder Aposta. This is Sampson's last opportunity really to make that move. We've seen it with Mick Barry. He's always got the last corner. Sampson now's got Van Gaal right behind him. Newman's tugging the inside. Sampson drops in behind Newman. They're going to be 3 wide. Oh, I thought there was going to be contact there. Van Gaal tries to switch back on Martin Sampson. Doesn't make it stick this time on this run up the hill into Ferradura we go. Newman out in front. Sampson. There was a big crunch of metal in my ear then. That was very bizarre. Now we're on board with Ayres. Van Gaal's on the inside. I don't think Ayres is going to try and really take this position away from Van Gaal. There's Mick Barry, Darrell Wright, Ralph Cullinan. These guys heading up now, down into SA they go. Let's get back up front, see what's happening. Can Sampson do anything with Newman? Can he do it? Is this going to be another commentator screaming in your ear on the run down into the line? So keep your volume fairly low if you can. Last lap, last corner, Newman's out in front. Is Sampson going to get taken by Van Gaal? Junção, 2nd gear up the hill. Can Sampson hug the inside line? Newman's run a little bit wide. They're towed up right behind him at the moment. We've got Newman, Sampson, Van Gaal on the run down in the line now. Van Gaal's trying the inside line. Is he going to get the run over Sampson? Sampson going to lose it. He's going to lose 2nd place. Van Gogh's got the inside line. He's following Newman down to the line. Van Gogh's in second, Samson third. Oh, my Samson on the line. Gets pipped from Pete Van Gogh. Darrell Wright, Ralph Cullinan, Mick Barry takes it from Ralph Cullinan. Darrell Wright finishes in 9th place. Steve Hansford in 10th, which was more important for Darrell Wright was the fact that he finished above this man, Steve Hansford, in the battle for the AMs. Here is that rundown. This is what we heard the crunch for earlier when I said there was a crunch in my ear. It's actually maybe just before or just after. I think it might have been just after. Here we go. There is Mick Barry and Ralph Cullen. There it is. Oh, don't take out your teammate. That's what we've always said. And Ralph Cullen and Darrell Wright having, Mick Barry having a coming together there. But here's your final positions. Pete Newman taking his 3rd victory this evening. In 1st place, Van Gogh making it 4 out of 4 podiums for the Momo guys. Martin Sampson in 3rd, got pipped on the line by literally, I believe it was like 0.017 or something ridiculous. Jamie Ayres there in 4th place. Craig Jones in 5th. Steve Hefford in 6th. Mick Barry in 7th. Ralph Cullinan down in 8th place. That was a run down to the line there. Barry taking that one. Darrell Wright in 9th. Steve Hansford down in 10th. Andy Maxwell in 11th place. Craig Crawford in 12th. Alan Toon, Andy Littler, Jason Morris and Elise Main didn't own Craig Crawford, Alan Toon, Andy Littler, Jason Morris, Elise Main didn't finish the race. As you can see, they're 4 and 8 laps down after the first beginning. So there you go. That rounds out the results for race 4. Right, guys. So there you go. That brings us out to the end of the racing this evening here from Interlagos in this MX5 epic evening of racing from UK SimRacers. I think you'll agree that obviously with the action, with Mick Barry taking his first win, with everything happening, it's just been absolutely incredible. And we look forward to the next one next week here on the UK SimRacers YouTube channel. Sorry, I had a complete brain lapse where I was for a minute. But thank you so much for joining us. We're going to pull some people in for a chat. We've got Pete Van Gogh and Steve Hefford, but we're going to have a chat with Craig Jones. Craig Jones is going to join me in the booth. Craig, how are you, young sir?
Yeah, very happy. What a performance tonight. A fantastic racing all round.
Yeah, absolutely incredible from you guys at results. You did a stellar job.
Yeah, a lot of we have to sometimes like swallow our pride and do a little bit of teamwork. But yeah, it was good. We just obviously we don't want to break rule on a sim racing, so we've got to be super careful when we are close together. But yeah, good performance all around from the team, I think.
Yeah, first sort of, the most easiest information I can give anybody really. Don't take out your teammate. And we had Ralph Cullen and Mick Barry had a slight coming together in the last race.
Yeah, they're just not as good as me.
Oh, is that all it is, Craig?
Yeah, they're just not as talented as I am. I mean, I do it absolutely fine and never hit them, but when them two are together, they just, I don't know what it is. I think I need to do some one-on-one coaching with them off the track just to get them to learn the skills that I've got.
Oh, okay. Well, if you obviously just educate Mick Barry, because he did take his first victory tonight.
He needs a lot of education, though. Trust me. That was. You can say that you don't kind of get lucky in sim racing, but I think on this occasion he definitely did. So yeah, we'll leave it at that one. I'm not going to say anything positive towards him because I know he'll be listening. I know he'll hold me to it.
Craig, come on. His first ever podium, the only overall winner of this season, and you're there just going, I'm not going to give him any credit.
Well, if it wasn't for me holding up the rest of the field, yeah, he probably would never have got first place. So actually, you should be congratulating me for his win, because it was all down to me.
Not too modest there, Mr. Craig Jones.
don't even know what that word means.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations on your evening. Thank you so much for joining us, Craig. And we'll see you next week in Watkins Glen.
You certainly will. Thank you very much.
No worries. Right, in the booth, we have got 3 of the Momo drivers here. Pete Van Gaal, Jamie Ayres, and Steve Hefford. Now, I'm going to try my luck and try all 3 together. Okay? So, be aware.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, Steve? Now, listen, first things first. Congratulations, guys, because you got 4 out of 4 podiums tonight.
Nice. Yes.
Tidy.
Yep, there was one of you on the podium in every single race. And obviously, you took 1, 2, 3 in race 1.
That's good.
Decent. I'll do it more often. That pesky Mr. Newman.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you can do about him. I've got to be honest. Maybe just deduct his own fuel or something because he did a
I
pretty
think he
good
should
job.
only have 2 gallons in every race, to be fair. He should have to do a pit stop, I think.
You reckon? Do you know, the weirdest thing
Yeah.
is, though, Steve, he went into the pits and he still come out in 12th. That's how big he
Yeah.
So, epic night of racing, guys. Come on, I think everybody can settle back and agree. It was definitely a good one for the first 4 races. Who's going to talk? Nobody. All right, so you see. All right.
We didn't arrange this.
All right, like that is it. Right, okay, Jamie.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Sorry,
go.
what was the question again? I was miles away. I was doing the points.
Oh,
Very
right,
sorry.
okay. Well, you multitask, so who says men can't multitask, eh?
Me.
All right, Jamie, your evening of racing has been good tonight.
Yeah, I only dropped 4 points to Pete tonight, which is a miracle. So on the night, so I think I run race 1 and was in top 4 each of the others. So yeah, happy with that. Especially after race 3, I picked up a bit of damage from clipping my teammate when he lost it on the exit of 2 or 3, and yeah, it was hard to stay with the boys then because they, even in the slipstream, they were dropping me.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting one, and obviously, you know, as we said before, you don't take out your teammate, do you?
No, I didn't take him out. He spun in front of me, and I had nowhere to go.
Okay, so it's like that, is it? Clearly.
But we've all had history with each other, so.
So, guys, let me ask you a question. Are you going to push Pete Van Gaal to the championship? Are you going to let him go at Watkins if you are in front of him?
Well, I'm not going to race next week, probably, so.
Why?
So no, I'm definitely not going to do that then, James.
Real life's calling, and I might be on for race 2, but I'm probably not going to make race 1. But we'll see how it goes. Or else I'll just take that second drop week on that night. But
yeah, we get 2 drop weeks, so.
Second one kicks in tonight, actually.
Cool.
Oh, well, there you go. So, obviously, you know, you won't be working together to help Pete get the points next week then.
No, but Pete helped me on my second place on race 3, was it? Or this race? No.
We saw Jamie sit behind you.
Yeah.
On the run up into Ferradura, he looked like he was just kind of hanging back, letting you take it with Martin Sampson in front of him.
Yeah.
So he did some team driving tonight.
A little bit.
Yeah, you've only got to do a little bit, mate. You don't want to overdo it in the evening,
And
do you?
to be fair, Steve could have had a go at me into turn 4 in race 1 on the last lap, and he backed out of it. So
there you go. You're all
it's little bit.
You're all amicable.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
Well, I don't know, mate. To be honest, it's been absolute chaos. You know what I mean? I think, as I say, it's just been mental this evening.
If I remember correctly, last week we put a bet on who's going to finish further.
No, that was the week before last.
Oh, that was the week before last, Pete.
Well, yeah. And you know, on the first race when you crashed out.
Is that because there was a DNF in
I
it?
finished second.
Was that the week before, Steve? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Pete's race is this week.
Yeah, it's null and void, mate. Null and void. And you ain't here next week, Pete, so we can't even have a bet for next week. So, you know. We'll have to do it in Daytona, mate. Get it.
I'm not doing any more betting. It's just too much stress.
Oh, well, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, it's been a blast. And, you know, good evening for you guys. And well done on the 1, 2, 3.
Cheers, James.
Cheers,
No
buddy.
worries, guys. You take care and have a wonderful week.
You too.
Right, as we drop them down into the waiting room, that is it for this evening's race from here at Interlagos. Much love to everybody that's joined us. Carrie Fox, Pete Van Gaal himself has been in the booth. Anthony Jacobson come and joined us as well. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget, guys, as well, we've got Interlagos. We've just finished Interlagos, sorry. We've got Watkins Glen next week, and then we go into the final week of the season in Daytona. Now, don't forget, if you are watching it back, okay, please hit that thumbs up. If you are now here in broadcast, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and turn on the bells for notifications, because we are doing an absolute fabulous job here in coordination with the UK SimRacers Discord, and doing a splendid job in building up the channel and building up their visual appearance within YouTube as well. So please, as I say, absolutely, you must hit that subscribe, hit that follow, and don't forget to turn on the bell so you can be the first one here next week at Watkins Glen. So guys, that is it. That rounds out all tonight's action. And as always, from me, take care, have a great week, and you never know, I might see you on the track sometime. Good night.